Next on deck with Tim Black.
Yeah. See, yeah, I went there. And I'm going to stay there too. You know what? I'm going to go there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring a sleeping bag and a tent, and I'm setting up shop right there. Yeah, I not only went there, I brought property, mother.
That up to DOJ. What I find disturbing is that any member of Congress wants to educate people how to evade law enforcement. You can claim you're educating those constitutional rights. Okay, you can keep that claim. What she in fact doing is telling people don't open your door, hide in your home, don't talk to ICE. We're talking about people who are in the country illegally, committed a crime, they're a public safety threat, they've been convicted of serious crime, and they've been ordered removed by a federal judge. So it's like AOC and others don't want ICE to enforce the laws that they enacted. She's a member of Congress. Let us enforce the laws you enacted. That's what we're supposed to do.
You can't go after her. Do you think others should?
So, number one, if you live in a community with a lot of immigrants, know your rights. That's one tangible thing you can do that I want you to do. And I'm going to go through what that means. And that means know your rights if you are a U.S. citizen as well. Okay? Tom Homan, who's directing a lot of these ICE operations nationally, etc. He went on TV practically crying. This dude was whining his ass off because ICE went into the city of Chicago, and Chicago had prepared for them. Community organizers, activists, and their mayor and local elected officials who were solid on this issue, they educated the city on their legal rights. Because what ICE tries to do is that they rely on people not knowing their rights in order to enter buildings, in order to search workplaces, etc. So when you know your rights, you are able to tell them no, and they do walk away. If ICE comes to your workplace, if ICE comes to your door, you do not have to open the door. You ask them for a judicial warrant.
AOC is going hard in the paint for her people, ain't she? Yeah, man. She's willing to go to jail for people that have an order of vacate. Now, look, I thought he was just going after willy-nilly because I've been hearing a lot of Democrats complaining about ICE, right? And I didn't know, I thought they had stepped it up and they were no longer just going after people who had committed crimes. But Homan just said, these are people that were committed crimes and that are here illegally, that have committed crimes and have been ordered to leave and just haven't left. That's different.
We're talking about people who are in the country illegally, committed a crime, they're a public safety threat, they've been convicted of serious crime, and they've been ordered removed by a federal judge.
That is different. That's not good. I just saw some dumbass in my comment that said this show's bad. They don't think it's bad that a congressperson wants people who are here illegally, who have committed crimes, and then were told to leave and said, fuck that, I'm not leaving. They don't think that's wrong, but they think it's wrong to talk about it. See, I can't have morons in my show. This just goes to show you the hypocritical nature of these assholes. Yeah, this is how hypocritical they are. They think it's okay because they like the migrants. They like the immigration. They think it's good because I bet you the person who said that is related to migrants or is of the color or the relationship, or they share something. Maybe they're Latino or something. Because why would you support that? Like, if they were anything else, no one says, hey, I want other people that broke the law for other reasons to not have to face justice. No one says that. If you come into the country illegally, you already broke one crime, then you commit another crime, and then you commit a third crime, and when you're ordered to leave, you don't leave, and we got people that defend it. Nah, so those people don't give a shit about Black Americans. Black Americans who deal with the prison system, they deal with mass incarceration, right? 3 times more likely to be jailed than white Americans, even when they commit the same crimes. get more time, even if they commit the same crimes with the similar backgrounds. For some reason, we end up more time. These people don't give a shit about Black Americans. They love the fact we went to civil rights. They love the fact we died fighting for civil rights. They love the fact that we've been through all the shit we've been through, and now they can just waltz in. They can just waltz in and be citizens under other people's pain and suffering, right? They won't even do us the dignity of coming through the fucking front door. They got to come through the back door and then cause all this havoc when people are like, hey, you need to get out. You need to get out. Now, if somebody came in your back door, your house, you would shoot them. But no, not these people. These people, I bet they wouldn't. They would make them a dinner. They would probably give up their bed. Hey, would you like to sleep with my wife? Because it's got to be a lot of cucks. That's who they are. I mean, we all know that no strong men support this shit because they know how they guard their houses. They know how they defend. That's why people say there are no masculine men in the Democratic Party. Because how could you be? You'd have to be a flaming hypocrite. You know damn well you wouldn't let nobody come in your house uninvited. You know damn well you got rules for your kids. You got structure to your household. You defend your wife, you defend your children, you defend your belongings. This is the rite of passage for men. This is how I was raised. I know that there are people who weren't raised this way. I understand it. So sorry. But this is the way I was raised, and this is the way I raised my children. These people, this is different. Homan said, because look, see, that's me. I'm glad Valerie said, take a look at that story, because I had kind of resigned to the fact Republicans just going crazy. That ICE was now going after people just because they were Latino. Just because they were undocumented. But nah, that's not it. It's not just undocumented. He said very clearly, also committed crimes and also have an order to leave. That's a lot. You know what it takes for my black ass to go to jail? Just a warrant. It doesn't take, broke the law. That's it. That's all the warrant is. That's not even broke the law. That's suspected of breaking the law. If you come in the country and you ain't gone through the proper channels, you ain't suspected. You did. You did break the law. These are people that came in undocumented, then broke a law, were caught breaking the law, and then were ordered to leave and did not leave. That's three things, Johnson. Hey man, we got people in America. There's a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid somewhere. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, Native American. Native Americans get locked up too. Native Americans are the only group, and there's so few of them because, so much was done to those people. But they're the only group that get locked up more than black people per capita. But somewhere there's a 16, 17, 18-year-old young person who's looking at 10 years because they got 3 charges. And you don't cry a river for them. You're not posted up. AOC's not devising plans and ways for you to stay out of jail. Nope. That's not what's happening. She ain't throwing caution to the wind, which I believe was just a way for her to ingratiate herself to her base, hoping that this will garner enough support for her so maybe she can make a run for it in 2028. I believe everything's tactical. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it. I don't look at nothing like, oh, she's a nice person. She's doing this out of the kindness of her heart. I don't believe shit like that. I believe self-preservation for these politicians. Politicians operate out of self-preservation and money. Stop believing that. You're living in la-la land. If AOC was a black woman, let's not call her AOC. Let's call her Brenda. Or Keisha. Yeah. Oh, I've never met a white girl named Keisha. Keisha. if Keisha was coming up with ways of putting out information on how black men can avoid sheriffs if they got a couple warrants, and that will be 3 warrants, because that's what that is with the undocumented people. They got 3 warrants. Everybody would come for her ass. Everybody would they would kick her out. They would censor her in Congress, and then they would boot her the fuck out of Congress. But since it's AOC, and she is of the close enough to the protection of the complexion, for the protection, to avoid the collection, it's, she's just doing the right thing. You're right. You're right. Yeah. See, yeah, I went there. And I'm going to stay there too. You know what? I'm going to go there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring a sleeping bag and a tent, and I'm setting up shop right there. Yeah, I not only went there, I brought property, motherfucker. So be prepared to get your feelings hurt. Be prepared. This ain't your mama's independent media show. This is my show. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. We got a bunch of racist Democrats. These progressives are racist as fuck. That's right. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I know you are. Because that analogy y'all laid out, that's fair. That's fair. Why aren't you fighting to keep black young kids out of jail? The same way you fighting to keep migrants out of ICE. Detention centers. Why aren't you fighting to keep Daquan and Adrian? And hell, let's throw in the sisters and little Brenda's and Juanisha. Why aren't you fighting to keep them out of jail? Why aren't you risking it all? AOC willing to risk it all. You know what's funny? See, I was dumb enough to think Bernie was on the level back in 2016 and 2017. I'll be damned if I ever do that dumb shit again. I ain't supported Bernie since 2019. We got people still stuck on stupid, thinking AOC's different. Get the fuck. You know, being dumb should only last a certain amount of time. You're like, everyone's like, and it's not about age. It's about time in the trenches. You know? If you come to a new job, right? You come to a new job, and it doesn't matter. The company could have been there for 100 years, but you've only been in this position for a year. I say no matter where you go, it takes at least a year to be good at your job. And when I say good, I mean just to know what the hell's going on. Just for you to encounter every scenario. Enough scenarios, things that can't be in a handbook. It takes a while to be up to speed. It takes a while because being a good employee, being a good worker, being good at your job, it's not just doing the things that are written down. A monkey can do that. Yeah, any fool can read, fool. But understanding the culture of the business, understanding enough that the things that are not written down, the things that aren't written down, you can figure those out. And you know enough about the culture, the way things run, that you could feel your way through in the dark. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you know some shit. And I think that takes about a year to 18 months to be proficient like that. To understand the company well enough to understand that. So when it comes to politics, I think it takes a while to get it under your belt. It's not an age thing. It's how long you've really been paying attention, how long you've really been at this. Back to AOC. If you've been following AOC for more than a couple of years and you're still delusional, you got problems. I mean, when you gonna wake up and see the coffee? Particularly if you saw what happened with Bernie. You saw it. It's like you walk up, you see somebody get hit with a baseball bat. Or you see somebody else hit somebody with a baseball bat. You see a man take a baseball bat and pop somebody upside the head. And you just go, damn, that was cold. He hit him with a baseball bat. Then you see the guy walking over to you. And instead of moving or running, you go, hi. Hi, my name is Boop. And you're going, why do you do that? That's all the people who are defending AOC from accusations. You just saw Bernie You saw Bernie, right? Come on, man. I mean, come on now, you know? You gotta crawl. You can't crawl forever. You gotta start walking. You know? Can't just keep crawling around on the floor. You gotta walk at some point. Pop can't figure it all out for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll get out of the way, do something. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think AOC is full of shit. And I think it's garbage. And I think it's very telling that the progressives want to go to bat for the migrants. They don't want to go to bat for the blacks. They want to go to bat for people that don't pay taxes. They want to go to bat for people that I don't think have the right to vote. They want to go to the bat for them. And I already put out a video, some of my best work about the hustle, the migrant hustle. And you still think it's because she a nice person. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too late to hit the like button. Thank you, Black Mamba. It's not too late to hit the like button. In fact, it's high time to hit the like button. I kind of got on a run right here. Yeah, we're saying the things that people don't get to hear. You can go all over the internet. You won't hear this. Because they scared. They petrified. They don't want to tell the truth. They got a bunch of zombies, Democrat zombies following them, or enough of them. But they gonna say mean things about me in the comments. But you live to fight another day. Don't let your audience, don't be audience captured. Reverse it. Capture that audience. Those that don't know. You know what I'm saying? Those that don't know, don't know. Hello?